Okay, so episode 4 of Tower of God, and I thought it was really well done. I don't have that much to say about it because the pacing of the episode was really well done compared to the previous episodes as well. Just overall story is picking up, and we're doing a lot of good setup, so I'm glad that the anime covered a good amount of that. I'm also not at home with my usual setup, so the mic quality and such is a little sus, but hey, what can you do? Hopefully I can get it resolved in the next few weeks, but yeah, anyways, let's get into the episode. So, yeah, overall, the pacing of the episode was pretty well done because it only covered 4 chapters of the manhwa, where usually the episodes have covered around 5 to 6. So they really slowed down the pace, which I thought contributed well to capturing all of the important dialogue and such, and establishing the new members and the new team that Kun is forming. I liked that they threw in the flashback scene with Endorsi and Bomb as well, where Endorsi had been hinting at having feelings for Bomb because she's asking him out on a date and such back in the floor of tests. And then also establishing that, yeah, Kun and Bomb were very, very close to each other. So, of course, Kun is very, very, very pissed that he knows that Rachel did something to Bomb and is hiding it from everyone. So, yeah, we get established to the new characters. I liked a lot of the wide shots too. There were more zoomed out shots, so it really goes to establish the environment and just the big world and how diverse it is in the world of Tower of God. We have new members on the team, so we have Dan, he's one of the fastest E rank regulars. And for the rest of Kun's team, we have Apple, Michael, Gaitang, and two very top dogs. So Novick, one of the top 10 regulars, and Khun Ran, one of the other Kun family members. And he's one of the top 5 regulars for E rank. Although Novick thinks that maybe they should be swapped on that point, but yeah, this is a pretty good dynamic. Yeah, Kun is going up with a very strong team, and then we have a flashback where back in the floor of tests, Kun was talking about his thoughts with Shibisu about how he suspects Rachel in Bomb's disappearance slash murder. And so that's why they broke off into different teams. Endorsi and Anak are climbing with Shibisu's team, so they're continuing a storyline that Endorsi and Anak had established in season 1, where even though they have differences, they chose to still climb with each other. And yeah, I thought the scene with Rachel was really well done, especially because Rachel's Japanese voice actress is Saori Hayami, and I was always excited because Saori has always been known to have a beautiful voice and such, and tends to have voice acting roles of more innocent characters. So I'm glad that she was able to bring that innocence to Rachel's voice while also maintaining the psychological and sociopathical laugh that Rachel does and the kind of character that Rachel is. So really well done by Saori Hayami here. I thought that part of slowing down the pacing of the episode really helped with Kun's speech about Rachel and how he's plotting his revenge for Rachel, which just overall really well done to establish Kun's hatred and his scheming for Rachel. I was very, very impressed that they slowed down the adaptation to match the good pacing, to keep a good pacing for this particular episode and setup. And then, yeah, we also get introduced to the 21st floor with Violet's new team, so with Wangnan, Arc Raptor, Yihua, and the others. And yeah, this is where we're going to pick up for the next episode. So yeah, I don't have that much to say. I'm just going to go over some of the differences between the manhwa and anime. The person who shot the tranquilizer at Dan was drawn differently, much differently than the person in the manhwa. So, yeah, it's interesting. If we're wondering how Kun didn't have Dan in this panel and then immediately had him in the other panel, it's because Kun was hiding Dan in his lighthouse, and that's where he stored Dan and then brought him out afterwards. I thought the anime did super well with incorporating the DBZ Yamcha shot for Dan in this particular panel. So super well done there because that's hilarious. And no, if anyone's afraid, no, Dan is not Yamcha level. Dan is way above Yamcha level. It was just a really funny meme, and I'm glad that the anime did that. If we remember from season 1, Rachel's lighthouse, she's also a light bearer, and her lighthouse is yellow. So in the shot where Kun is talking to the rest of his team about Rachel, the little sun in the background may or may not be Rachel's lighthouse, because it's similar to how Kun was using his lighthouse to listen in on and spy on Rachel. There's symbolism here because when the sun, quote unquote, goes out, that kind of could symbolize that Rachel is no longer listening, but the fact that she maybe can play a role into the story. And yeah, Viole's team is on the 21st floor, and in the residential area for the regulars, Yihua had met up with someone who admires the Yeon family, and the anime removed this scene, but I thought it was fine to remove to keep the pacing of the adaptation because all this scene really meant to establish was that Yihua does still have some internal conflict with Viole, where people say that, hey, Viole is a Slayer candidate, so shouldn't be associated with the Yeon family at all. And Yihua is dealing with this in her own way, which is still shown because she still is suspicious of Viole, even though Wangnan and Arkraptor and the others aren't, where they see him for his gentle nature, which Yihua is still yet to see. But yeah, we have Hua back in the scene, so yeah, let's see how the next episode goes. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and catch you next time.